Hello everyone. So today in our bow and arrow system I am going to work on this look left and look right and how to add those inputs to the aim offset asset that we have developed and how to integrate those values with the animation blueprint. So we can look left, right, up, down like this, and we can shoot the arrow. So yeah, those are the things I'm going to do today, and this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you for the support. Okay, so in the open world series, this is where we stopped. We worked on the aim offset for the bow and arrow system, and we worked on look up and down part but not left and right parts. So right, let's do that part today. First let's open the BPA human animation blueprint which we worked on before, and yeah, right, so this is the aim offset bow, and we have to set the yaw parameter. We only set the pitch parameter at the moment. We need to set up yaw parameter in order to work with the to look left and right. So where do we set it? Let's go here, check the references. We set upper body rotation through this event set upper body rotation. Where do we call it? Not here. Yeah, actually we call it from the character blueprint here using that here we have a reference to animation blueprint and call set upper body rotation. Here we only set pitch. So how to set yaw? Right, so okay, here we do print yaw value here, and let's just plug this to see what happens. We get the yaw value directly from directly from this target rotation. So this target rotation, to get here, if this is the player character, it simply returns the control rotation, but this is used because for AI classes, NPC classes characters, they should be targeting at locked enemies. So that's what happens here. Alright, so let me just connect it. That would be wrong, but let's see what happens if I do that. See, yeah, it is wrong. Okay, So what I can see as I am printing, oh wait, yeah, here I am printing the yaw that I get from the control rotation. It goes from 0 to 360, right? And the actor rotation goes from actor rotation goes from, if I am facing this direction, it's 90. If I am facing this direction, it's 1. So if I am facing this direction, it's 180. If I am facing this direction, it's minus 80. So that means this way actor rotation goes from 0 to 180, and here in this half 0 to minus 180. So to do the calculation, what we have to do, what we have to do is get the character's facing direction and get the control rotation, and then use the difference and add that difference as this where's the new graph, yeah, that difference as this yaw to align the yaw direction, the yaw component of the direction to align the character. So that means when the player look left or right, the character upper body should rotate according to the difference between the angles between the character forward and the character's control rotation, character's location direction looking at through the control. So yeah, that's confusing, I know. So but because of the range difference, in order to do the calculation, we should first get both controller rotation and the actor rotation into a same space. That means the actor rotation goes from 0 to 180 and 0 to minus 180, but the control rotation goes from 0 to 360. So therefore here let's get the actor rotation like this, and then we can do a select float selection. So if this value is larger than 0, that means it is in the range of 0 to 180. So then we can directly use this value. Otherwise we have to add 360 to get that value into 0 to 360 range. So this is for the actor rotation. For the control rotation, well, okay, so then yeah, that's for the actor rotation. For the control rotation, we don't really have to do any change. So let's just subtract this value from the control rotation and feed into the yaw, and let's just see what happens. That should also be wrong, but let's see what happens. Okay, So what's the range here? Minus 90 to plus 90. All right. Right. Let's also print the value we get here. Like this, so we can debug it easier. So here minus 4 and minus 300. Okay, so technically it should be 0 here. Okay, let's try interchanging these two values. Wrong. Right. So let's print the value we get here instead of the actor rotation. Okay, it's 360 and the control rotation is 0. So when I look into this side, control rotation becomes positive and the actor rotation remains in 360. Right. So by reading these values, I can say if the result is larger than 180, we should subtract 360. Yeah, that should work. So let's do another selection here. If this value is larger than 180, let's do another select. Then whatever the value here, we should subtract 360 from it and use that. Otherwise, use the direct value. Right, let's see. Wrong. Is looking at the other way. Okay, so this is really confusing. Yeah, so however, when I connect it like this, if the character is not facing this direction but facing this way, it is works, but here we have a little problem. So when I'm now, the actor rotation is 180 and the control rotation is 182. Yeah, control rotation is also 180 and actor rotation is 175. So the difference is 5. but as you can see here, the character is looking into the left. Why is that? So this is the reason. Here I blend the aim offset from the spine, and in the idle stand position the spine is facing this way, but in the aim offset spine is this way. So this aim offset animation is applied on top of the idle animations, so therefore that's why actually we have that difference. So can we, instead of using the spine, what if we blend it from the hip? Would that have any other problems? Yeah, it can, because we can't use the hips because the legs is below the hips, so we wouldn't be able to move with leg animations if we blend the aim offset from the hips. So therefore what we can do, so this is the blend space of the regular walk. So here, as you can see, the spine is facing this direction, and in the running, spine is facing that direction. Oh, so if I pause it here, in the aim offset center, spine is facing this way. So here the spine, this rotation, Y rotation is 1.4, and in the free walk, in the idle animation, it's -4. Yeah, actually there is like 45 degrees difference, and when running it's like almost 90 degrees difference. So what if I add, so either I have to modify the animations or I have to add some offset to compensate for that, right? So to compensate for that, maybe let's add a 60 here and see. Yeah, it kind of looks okay, right? But other than when we go out of the range, it's not working. Alright, now one more thing. So when we look at this direction and look down, the character is not really looking down. So the reason is this. Here, when I have the yaw 0 and pitch 90, character is directly looking above. But when the yaw is 90 and yeah, here we need another animation which directly looks up and also look to the right. So yeah, how do we do that? Okay, so this is AO right. Let's duplicate it. We can't duplicate here. Duplicate here then. AO right up. Now we should rotate the here, maybe not just from a spine. Spine 1, spine 2. Then left shoulder. And right shoulder. The neck to look up like this. Let's add and apply. Then we can add right up here like this. Now character looks up like this. Right, let's test it. See, now even though I am looking at this way, it kind of works. Yeah. For looking down also we need to do the same. All right, down. So it should directly look down. Right, is that all right? Add apply. And edit here. Alright, let's test. That's something we should have done when we set up the aim of set asset, but for some reason we forgot about that, so yeah, we did it here. Okay, we have to do the same for the left. Look left as well. Yeah, for this. Okay, go here. Where's the AO left? AO left up. is that unnatural? Look natural enough to me. And left down one. Just like before, look down. Okay, let's test. Right, it is kind of working, but not good enough. Okay, right. Yeah, actually the reason for this issue is, so as you can see, it looks alright when I am in this range, but if I look above this, my camera goes closer to the character. Because of that, the aim showed by the arrow and the reticle is not aligned. So yeah, let's address that issue later. So first let's get this aim offset to work with the rotation done. Okay, now but still it is not working properly when I am facing this direction. See, it kind of works, but we have, yeah, these issues. So yeah, let's see how to fix that. Right, the issue is when my character control rotation is between 0 and like a low value, and the control rotation is between like 0 and 30 or 90, but the actor rotation is 360 some value. Oh wait, it is not changing. Why is that? It is changed now. Okay, right, so I did some test. So this is the solution. Actually I should check if this result is less than minus 180, then I should add 360 to the result to get the value in between, to get a suitable value. And also, so with this offset as well, for the compensation for the rotation change in the spine that I explained earlier. This should be 390. Right, let's test. Yeah, actually, sorry, not 390, 360 plus 60. That means another 30, 420. Okay, and when we exceed this range, we should add an animation to turn the character. Let's look into that later. So for now, let's just disable this moving camera towards the character, so we can keep the aiming consistent. Right, so where do I do that? It should be in the tick. It should be in the player. Here, the camera update. So what? This is the spring arm. So actually I figured like that's not what's happening. What happens is when I look up, as the camera collides with the ground, and I have enabled collision test for the spring arm, so the spring arm goes closer to the character. So therefore what we have to do is we have to make sure that when I look up, camera does not hit with anything when we are in the aiming mode. So here in the aiming mode, I set, when I am in the aiming mode, I set the spring arm length to 300. So if the length is 300, now at the moment the length is here, the length is 300, but still if it rotates completely, it will collide with the ground. So we have to have a very small value for that. So let's try something like, yeah, let's keep the field of view same in the aiming mode, and let's make it 100, and let's see. Yeah, now it's better actually. Or if we want, we can try a slightly larger value like 200, and let's see. Yeah, that's also good. Okay, so let's stop at this point for today, and in the next episode in the open world series, let's see how to add turn-in animations for the character. And the project files will be available for download through the Patreon page. So if you would like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. Link would be in the description below. And thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Goodbye.